Greetings. This is Grandmaster Amon. I'm gonna tell you now. This video is gonna get all kind of stalls, and the chat probably gonna go out before I'm done here. Now, I think it was the last video or the video before that. I was here and I was discussing about how I have listened to these guys, these black leaders that are talking about black people need to stay in America and they need to do their own things and build themselves up by the bootstraps and that shit. And I get kind of disgusted about it, and I just, it just reaffirms what I keep on trying to tell people, that freedom is away from America. So I happen to be online, and there's a Tariq Nasheed is there talking about the foundational Black America thing, and which are all good. And then so I'm listening to it, and then all of a sudden he goes in on Africa. I'm in the kitchen trying to prove that I can still cook, and all of a sudden his guy's talking this, you can't go to Africa, blah blah blah. Icon is there, but Icon is one of them, and we black people, we're not even sure if they really want to be. The same old lame ass nonsense, and it really pissed me off because for the first fucking time I could see that they use their smart ass gang members. I don't know if it's gang members, slang to demonize either the person or a continent. And the Creek even, Tariq even had to say that, okay, I can't really talk bad about, I see brothers want to go to Africa and this and that, but you see, there are a lot of pedophiles in Africa. White men are running around with young African kids walking and holding hands in the middle of the street. That shit ain't real. And motherfuck him for trying to come up with that kind of nonsense. Misleading our people like that. The only option is moving to Africa. That's the first thing. But these guys, because people are leaving for Africa, because people are seeing the reality for the situation, and more are coming to Africa, people like Tariq and Tonetalks have to try to show that we as black people in America are the ones that fighting for ourselves. You ain't even a million good strong. And here he is, finally had to break out and show his true colors. Good morning from Atlanta, Georgia. Hafid, Mustafa, Assalamu alaikum. True North Star America is the free country. But all along I have been telling you guys from the beginning, before all of this shit was going on, this is your only solution. But now we get it down to the point where, okay, here go the big names. Tariq, Tonetalks, these other guys, Boyce Watkins. These people are going to come here and try to convince you that you're going to put your money, they're going to open up a fucking foundational Black American bank account, and then you're going to start hearing the word donate money, donate, we need your donations, and some of our people are going to be putting in money to say, let me stay with the white man. Because there's only one or two things that's happening here. Like I told you, these people going to have to come out, and now they're coming out talking shit about Africa. And that's what gets me riled up. Pedophilia. How can they use that kind of goddamn term? What the fuck African parent gonna let their kid go run around with some white man? Oh, because they need money and the white man. That shit is old. I remember when they did that fucking article like 5-6 years ago. So the white reporter comes from Europe and lands into Africa, and what does he do? Does he go around talking to the people? No, he goes around to the beaches where the white man is at some nasty ass hotel, and then he goes in and starts finding all the negative things he can find about Africa. And then Tariq is regurgitating that shit from many years ago. It just pisses me off when I see this motherfucker come up here and try. I'm a happy guy. I don't have no stress, but goddamn it, you bring it out to LA. LA shit at me when you start talking nonsense, talking all hard like you from the hood, motherfucker. I'm from the hood. The 60s hood. So all of that smart talk, all that slick ass play on the words means nothing when it comes to the reality of the truth. And you know the reality, yet you're going to tell people that Africa, you shouldn't go to Africa because all white, everywhere you go, you're going to find white men running around with young African kids. They playing on your mind to make you think like the African today needs money from the white man so badly that he's willing to take his children and tell them, go to that white man, make some money from that white man. You know, if he wants to butt fuck you, it's okay. We can handle it. Do you honestly think any parent in their right mind, and if you think like the African is such a fucking loser that he feels like if the white person, first of all, white people don't have money today. They ain't coming to one of the major hotels here is White Sands Hotel. 10 years ago, white people used to come lay up all around the hotel during the winter times in Britain. Today, you don't find hardly none because they broke as hell and don't have money. That's the first thing. And if they broke as hell, don't have money, but you go to White Sands and it's still operating. Why? Because black people and Africans have money. They running things. And this whole story about the African is poor and that he can do, he'll do anything. He sell his soul to the devil for the white man's dollar. Please. You don't get Africa rising by saying that the white man still got some sort of fucking control here. I wouldn't be on here telling you this if there was somewhere the white man, I always tell you, where is he? Because I want to meet the motherfucker. Where's this white man that's running things? Today's African ain't for that. I don't know where you might got something from 15 years ago when the countries might have been starving when the IMF was ripping us off over here. But today, the African's proud. You see a white man, that's just the white man. And the white man don't have the power and money that he used to have back in the day where they could sit up and brag about that. You need to come here and see for yourself, Tariq. And then he's going to come and tell you, I've been there, I've been to this country, I've been to that. You're a goddamn lie. You might have passed through at a hotel somewhere, but you ain't lived a life here. You ain't came here to see that you are a African. You came here to try to flaunt yourself as a fucking American, and then you go back to America and you ain't nothing but a half a fucking citizen there. But you come to Africa trying, here's my American passport. That's a sickness. And when I see motherfuckers like that, I wish I could catch him. I wish I could catch his ass. When they start talking about how hard they are, how they rose up in the back in the day, let me get my hands on your ass. And you talk that shit about Africa then. They gonna talk about, he got all these play on words. I'm from the hood. I did all of that. Man, no. I'm from the fucking hood. Let's keep it 100. I'm from the fucking hood. I fought in 400 tournaments. I estimated how many tournaments I fought in 400. That's like thousands of fights. Step in the ring with anybody. Leave about the Crips and the Bloods, and they had these little gang fights where they started, throwing knives at each other, punching kids. No, I was the one doing that shit almost for a living. So don't come in jumping hard like you somebody you used to whoop ass. We had to straighten him out. No, I straighten motherfuckers out. I know what the mindset got to be up here. You got to have the mind of a killer here. You got to be willing to put somebody to sleep, choke them till they die. Boom, pow. That's what I was doing when I was here, when I was there. So when these guys come and talk about we got to set them straight, we got to, we had to take care of things, and we blah, 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 blah. When it comes down to the basic point, is can you kick a nigga's ass? And I'm telling you, I was doing that shit every Sunday. I didn't go to no taekwondo. I didn't go to no fucking kung fu classes. No, man, no. I went where you learn how to really whoop a nigga's ass. Kick him in the groin the proper way. You know what I'm saying? Finger poke his ass in the eye till your hand go back into the eye socket. I done fought up close with people, and I could feel the heart just leave them. You see? When they realize they can't do shit. When I was coming up, I used to fight with all my students. Because they couldn't learn how to fight unless I taught them. And I had to hold back on most, you have to hold back on them as they come up through the stages. But when they become hard and strong, yeah, I feel good about it. You know what I mean? They almost whooping my ass. And I'm like, yeah, now I made a man. You see what I'm saying? And I step back and watch them, and the whole attitude changes. That was what I was doing in the black community. Creating strong men ready to defend themselves. But the problem was I was raising these motherfuckers to be strong and hard, but they was inside America, and America is whooping their ass on every situation. I learned that I was wasting my time. You can't develop shit in America. And when I see people like Tariq and Tonetalks talking shit about Africa from shit that they know is wrong, just so they can get the black people to believe that America is still great for them after all of the shit that we've been through, out of all of the things that's going on, you're going to try to tell me, okay, there's a lot of pedophilia in Africa. What the fuck about the 444,000 black women missing in America? I mean, I don't have to go through it. I'm tired. They have some shooting at some border somewhere in the border of Kenya and Somalia, and it's all over the fucking news. I shut those motherfuckers down when they come. Did you see the news? No, motherfucker. I know that you're in the murder capital of the world where you are. Oh, then they just leave me alone then. But the problem is that people like Tariq, They use these kind of scenarios and tell they build up a scenario to make you think like, oh, Africa is a bad place, and so I'm better off in America. We've been going through this since the fucking 60s and falling for that shit. And just like I said in my videos in the past, I'm trying to tell you, these motherfuckers gonna have to draw the line. They either gonna be pro U.S. I'm a black person in America, which a white man told me I believe I am, or you gonna be an African. I was brought here against my motherfucking will. I was an African when I landed, and goddamn it, I don't realize I done been played. I am an African. The African continent is my home, not that frozen ice cube fucking earthquake, tornado, snow, blizzard, shit, goddamn continent. That's the worst fucking place on the planet. Somebody said, well, where can we go where we can have a nice country where we can grow food and, shit. They just making you believe, like, I'm telling you, I never forget the time when a black guy was on a microphone, news guy, black guy sitting on a microphone, cold, head, it's snowing, blizzard, you know what I mean? And he's on a fucking, got his little mic on it, it's like, oh, I'm an American. Yeah, damn, you ain't no American. You've been lied to. You've been tricked. Ain't no fucking snow where you come from. I wish I could get a hold of these guys. They making it seem like they the toughest people on the fucking planet. They man, I'm the man. We got to get this thing done. We got to have foundational black. They're gonna open up a fucking bank account. At the end of the day, I'm gonna smoke all of that. They're gonna open up a Tonetalks bank account and a fucking foundational Black American bank account, and then they're gonna start telling you donate, and they're gonna take your money and run with it, because you can't get no goddamn solution. Where is the one that worked? Out of all these motherfucking years, where is the solution that worked? You done pumped your money in you done pumped your money into the Nation of Islam. You done pumped your money into the Marcus Garvey. You pumped your little money before he got shot, Malcolm X. You done pumped your money into Dr. King, and all those people was being funded by money from the white man that they never told you about. Even Dr. King took some money. And all those things happen inside the United States. I'm just in there, I told the house girl to cook me some eggs, and she went off somewhere, and I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna do it myself, because they always asking me, I mean, you don't know how to cook. When do you know how to cook? And I'm like, man, I used to be a bachelor one time, I could cook. So I went out here, bought some meat and some eggs, and I put them in the frying pan, and I sat there and made it. But while I was doing that, my phone was on, and Tariq was talking about the fun. That's all cool. And then he started talking about Akon. Go there and have a whole city. Then he started talking about Africa. Using the same words. And people going to Africa. He had to address it. Then he went off on, don't you know that in Gambia they got the pedophilia? Where you get this shit? Do you honestly think that people is that stupid where you go to Africa and white men are still running around in Africa? They whooping his ass. Come on over here and do that white people holding hands, white men holding hands, homosexual stuff in Africa. It's against the law. Do that shit in Uganda. They'll kill your ass. So what white man is running around doing whatever the fuck he want in an African country today? That shit ain't I'm here to tell you that shit ain't happening. The black man has taken over his country. And when the white man had the IMF and the World Bank He shitted all over Africa. And the Chinese came in and showed you what was happening. And that partnership is still growing today. Wait, don't talk while I'm online. Come shut this door. One of the greatest things about white people is that they ignore that shit when they can't explain. They ignore it. When they see Egyptian history, what do? They just ignore that shit like it didn't even happen. Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. That's all they know. Foolishness. And when I tell you that the guy ain't smart, look at the kind of history, the way he make up his history. All kind of holes in it. But that's all they got. The United States is all white people they got. And you there along with them. Going around for the ride. They done made you believe you every other kind of thing. They changing the names all the time. Are we Black American? Are we African American? What are we? You know? And now people like Tariq and Tonetalks is trying to define you. You now ADOS. What the fuck is that? Tonetalks is now saying, "Oh, we're not gonna get reparations. Don't mean that we're gonna get a check, just a check." You know, no, kids, he can't get the fucking check. Like and subscribe on the video if you understand what I'm saying. The ADOS and the ADOS and the FBA are just telling you, stay your happy ass in America. Keep on taking the bullshit. I'm sitting over here and I just want to throw up on him, you know. I just want to catch him, you know what I mean? Walking down the road and then they, hey, is that Tonetalks? Oh God, let me just get close, please. Oh, he got 3 bodyguards? No problem. I slipped between their ass. I had my hand around his neck, choking his ass and putting him to sleep before the bodyguard realized what's happening. Back off. I love to put Tariq in a chokehold. Talking that hard shit. Love to. I may be 60 years old, but I'll whoop a 35-year-old man's ass even now. If you don't know how to, if you ain't a trained fighter, fuck it. You dead. Now that's what I'm talking about. Where? Kira, shut this door and shut this door. My kid, and she's smiling and laughing. What's up, David, Mr. Private Bean? These people is really pissing me off because I fell for that shit. They took me for a ride too. When I came over to Africa, I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. You know, I had no clue because there was no information to help me. You know what I mean? I took a fucking chance. And I'm telling you, when I landed in Africa, like the first 4 or 5 fucking days, all I want to do is whip a white man's ass. All of this, these motherfuckers lie to me. Africa is the bad place. God damn. You know, when I came here, I was a young man. And I met this African chick, you know. Okay. And we, you know, met, and then we so we're gonna have consensual, and I'm not, you know, we're just 2 consensual adults, and when I look at her body, and I'm like, my God, this is what they've been keeping from us. I mean, I can't explain, but I'm saying, you know, the wonders. And now that black people are seeing the light and coming to Africa, these fools is gonna sit up here and try to tell you that you shouldn't go to Africa because pedophiles are everywhere. They're trying to put in your motherfucking mind an image of Africa where pedophiles are running around with the white man. First of all, the white man ain't got no motherfucking money now, Tariq. So he ain't running around like that. And second of all, the African, though you don't know, you won't know it unless you was actually here, is not the one to allow the white man to run his thing, because now Google is there and they're coming to see, hey, this guy has been lying. We're laughing like the poor black man in America, but shit, he done did shit to us. You damn right. But pedophilia, stay in America where pedophilia is, they putting it in the fucking textbooks now. But Tariq and Tonetalks, they desperate. They desperately got to come up with something, so they coming up with lies. And it's too obvious. It's too damn obvious what they're doing. And I've told you, these guys got 3,000, 5,000, 200,000 subscribers. And they know that they got the numbers of so many Negroes that they can sit up here and say this shit, and like, if a quarter of them go for the nice bullshit, they all good. But I'm telling you, you're just gonna wait for the fucking, bank account. You're gonna get that foundational Black American bank account, because it's gonna come your way. You're gonna get that ADOS bank account. It's going to come. And you people, not you people, because if you're on this channel, you know this is what I'm trying to tell you. These motherfuckers is lying, and it touched me. You know what I mean? I feel like I want to get on a fucking plane and go right to his fucking house. To Creek Nasheed, knock on that motherfucker's door and tell me what you think you know about Africa today, and why you think that black people is better off in America. It's almost a goddamn joke. But I mean, the motherfucker is literally sitting there telling you, stay. Yeah, we gotta. What did Creek say? We gotta take care of ourselves here before we can start talking about going off internationally. He's just trying to save face somehow, because he know that the great many of us are leaving this motherfucking place. And that's why I tell you, join the exploratory trip. See for yourself. Because when you got fools like this going around messing with people's mind, the only thing that's going to affect you is if you go see for yourself. Come here and let's go try to find this white man walking the beach with this young black kid. Let's go look for him. See if we find him. Because they're putting images in our people's minds that Africa is this terrible place, that it's poor. Like Tariq is saying that the black people in Africans don't have money like that. Motherfucker, they got a whole country, standing army. What do you mean they got money like that? I'm seeing them for myself. Kenyan millionaires, they ain't got money like that. Who got the money? If the Kenyan ain't got the money that's running this motherfucker, who got the money? Now keep in mind, ain't not one white person in civil service, no one person in government, no major company is owned by some white foreigner from outside. Nothing like that. And that's what I'm saying. This shit is, it pisses me off because they did me like that. And now I come to see what makes me really want to do these videos. You know, I started here with Search with Awuor. He asked me to do a show and talk about my situation, and damn. And let me get this. Let me fix this thing. Okay. Slow. So Evalyne, I stopped listening to Creek behind. But you see, a lot of if you go by what they say about these many subscribers, I wonder. You see, I wonder. Sometimes I look at some of the videos that I'm doing, and actually, we actually read like 50% of our subscribers and views. If we get a video that gets like 800 views, that's half us. That's more than half my subscribers. You know, and I see some of these guys on their shows. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then the video got so many views. But I don't even want to go by that. You know what I mean? I don't even take that view thing so seriously. The fact of the matter is, there's only one solution, and I have already told you. And people like Tonetalks and these people, they're gonna start attacking Africa, and they're gonna piss me off. And you don't want to do that. Now they're gonna come back at me. Oh, they're gonna dig. I see, and they're gonna go to the white man. The white man gonna give them some few files on Amon Ra, and they're gonna come up. Let me see something about this Amon Ra guy. Oh, this guy talking shit about. Hey, he's got this problem. He got that. Hell yeah, I got fucking problems. I'm a black American. Shit, it ain't no way they're gonna have files on me. I'm trying to talk, and I'm keep getting this different interruptions. So I must know that this shit is touching somewhere. But I wanted to say this again because we had to the battle lines are being drawn. And the only way the motherfuckers on that side of the fence can say that they gotta have to demonize Africa the way the white man demonized it. So you got to Tariq and Tonetalks demonizing Africa like the white man, doing his bidding, trying to tell you that this ain't the best place for you, telling you there ain't no job, telling you the African don't have no money. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And for somebody like me, look at my kids in the background. Somebody like me who living in life, I'm telling you, when I came here, I'm telling you, first 4 days, I want to whoop a white person's ass because I was like, all that stuff, they lied to me. You know, I came here expecting to see like poor shit in African villages, and but I'm coming here, I'm looking like a full fucking city. Buses, transport, you know what I'm saying? Restaurants. I want to whoop him. In 1996, I want to whoop his ass. Whoop him, man's ass. Oh, I'm going here, and the president is all frustrated. President Moore was all frustrated because he was borrowing money from the IMF, and they was taking it, telling him you got to pay interest on your loan before you can build new schools and pay for infrastructure development like roads. And you see him every day frustrated. And the time he came on TV and said, I'm never going to do business with the IMF and World Bank again. Those guys are criminals, blah, blah, blah. Now the average Kenyan don't understand that shit. to the point where we was almost like a hopeless continent. I was here in 96, 97, 98, 90, hopeless continent. But let me tell you what reality, let me tell you what the truth is. The fact of the matter is, the Chinese came in 2000 after they wrote that economy, Africa, the hopeless continent, after the IMF tried to fucking destroy us. The Chinese came into Africa and said, look, I'm gonna make a deal with you. We've seen what the IMF and the World Bank has done to you and fucked you over. We're gonna make a partnership deal. And the African was like, okay, you know what we got to lose? And in some 8 short years, Africa on the rise. Because the Chinese treated the African with respect. They had built in their country what they did. You can go to China. It took them less than 30 years to have what China is today. And they said, we can do this. We're going to show you how to do it too. Because, goddamn, man. I'm telling you the shit that's behind the scenes. The African and the Chinese get together and they say, what they going to talk about? They're going to talk about how the fucking white man mistreated you. How he colonized you. How he tricked you. How he lies. You know, that's what they're talking about in reality. They know him. The African know him, and the Chinese damn sure know him. So all you needed was a good partner that's going to, be there and try to, push you along. And Africa now is, the place to be. And what do the Western media guys come in Africa? What do? They go look around for fucking pedophilia. They come here looking for prostitution. That's what they're gonna write about. Be damned if they're gonna talk about all the development that's going on in Africa. They just gonna ignore that shit. But when they suddenly came together and realized that this situation was beneficial to the African, what they gonna say? The Chinese want to take over. The Chinese gonna build you and put you in so much debt, and you're gonna have predatory. Everything the white man was doing, he gonna now accuse the Chinese of being. Chinese gonna overrun your country. That's what they were saying 2 years ago. You remember, the Chinese are bad people. The Chinese are bad people. Now the Chinese bad people today. Where you see? So when I see Tariq and Tonetalks, and then two guys gonna make the decision to say that I'm gonna take my black people, and I'm gonna talk to them like I'm one of them, and then I'm gonna turn them around and tell them we gotta do it ourselves because we are unique in America. You ain't unique. You just a chip off the fucking block. They came over here and stole a few million of us and put us to work in America, and that's it. We turn around and we realize, but I'm an African. I'm not a black American. That's something that the white man made up and distinguished me. If you want to see all your problems go away, just put that in your mindset. You tired of the politics and what the politicians ignoring all about what you've done? Consider yourself an African. And then that shit don't concern you. Put yourself in your mindset. I'm no longer going to accept all of the history that they mistreated and all the lies they said about what they did to our people. Consider yourself an African. All that shit go away. And the first thing that happens is that you say, I got to go back home. And Tariq is trying to come up and say that the African is not wanting you there. Or he said they want Icon because Icon is one of them. But when you go there, they're not going to be as friendly to you. He actually said that goddamn shit. The African is all day long, and then he gonna tell you that there's no dual citizenship. You can get dual citizenship in Kenya online. Go to eCitizen.com, eCitizen, Google eCitizen. You can get that shit online. It ain't hard. It ain't even expensive. But what the fuck do you want to do with a citizenship? They just trying to tweak your mind. So I'm tired about people being fooled. It really pissed me off when I seen that happen. I know we got more and more of that coming, and I know that, and if I see it, I'm going to expose it. Ain't no fucking pedophilia situation going on in Africa. That's one fucking reporter goes out, makes a story, and then LaCreek gonna tell you, let me show you that story that the one reporter wrote about Africa. Hey, you guys gonna get your butt whoops. Huh? Why are you running around doing this to me while I'm online?
We're looking for clothes.
But I mean, take all of that? Why are you dancing around here with your towels on? My kids, I see. But anyway, that's my life. You know, my girls that see me, they want to be. If I turn around and say, "Come say hi," they'll jump over here and be happy to be on TV. So all I'm saying to you again, and I'm gonna keep on. I'm not gonna stay on here long. You're gonna have to make that decision. Now they're gonna give you all these emotional lies about Africa and tell you that it's like this, and I'm gonna tell you I lived for 20 years. That's bullshit. Ain't nothing happening here, but things getting better. When you're on a continent that's on the rise, then that's what you can get. And there are black people that things aren't that bad. They listening to Trump talk about America and saying that the president can't be that. He can't say all those things that can't be true. But even the other white people are telling you that shit ain't what Trump is saying is nonsense. So you don't know what to believe. But the one thing for damn sure, they're not talking about black people in our situation in America. They're not talking about the disparity of wealth. You know, in Boston, in Detroit. Dr. Boyce Watkins is talking about he's in New Orleans and doing a wealth conference. The same New Orleans that made Dr. Claude Anderson go into tears. He was on a speech talking about when he went to New Orleans and saw the situation of blacks there, and he wanted to cry. He started crying on the show. Broke down in tears because it said the situation with our people is terrible. But the Creek and them are trying to tell you, no, we gotta get this, we gotta handle this thing. We gonna do all of this. Ain't got a goddamn city anywhere in America where they got a black hospital, where they got a black supermarket, where they got a black learning institution. Nothing like that. Nowhere. Any part of the United States. What the fuck next got to happen for you to realize these people is taking you down the wrong ass road? Now I can give a shit about those people that like to listen to the guy talk and they say that he come up with all that. We got to handle this. We got to do like this. Okay, this is what we got to do. We got to do like this. Like all the shit's gonna boil down to is we got to do like this. You're gonna have to donate to the FBA. You got to do like this. You're gonna have to donate to the ADOS. They're trying to rename you. No longer Black American. No, you ADOS or you Foundation of Black America. You guys can get a whooping. Did you get your clothes? Kira! Wear your clothes. Why is this like this? Get some clothes. Get some clothes on. They took a bath and now they just want to disturb me. I wish I could turn this camera around to see what I go through. Put your towel on. Hmm? America is anti-family, and when you look at the whole situation, you can see that what we're supposed to have as black men is a family. We've been trying, but somewhere along the line, there's always something that go wrong here, and the government is saying, "Well, a black woman got the first choice." So supposed to be in charge of a family if the black man's not? We can't even do our job in America. But the Creek want to hear that. He want to hear you go to work on your 2 jobs, come home, and then send him some money, and he gonna tell you that we gonna fix this thing. We gonna handle it. We gonna see what's up. We gonna reestablish ourselves. Let me tell you something. The only goddamn thing that it all comes down to is that they're gonna take your fucking money, or you gonna give them your money, and then they're gonna do what they want with that money. In America. So when they come up with the foundational Black America donate, that shit is still in America. When I tell you support this channel through worldremit.com, the moment you send that money, it's out of America. Now, do you think this channel gonna survive like that? Do you think this channel can survive like that when we tell you and you send the money and it's outside of America? When you go to the FBI and the DOS and you give them your money, ain't shit gonna happen, and that money gonna still be in America. When you leave to come on the Kenyan trip, and I want everybody to come and join on this trip. Okay? People are still joining. I mean, can I get on? Can I get on? And yes, god damn it. I'm putting my fucking self on the line. Fly on over here and see if I'm lying to you. Now let the creek come on, fly on over here and walk around with you and show you, look, there go a pedophile. Oh, look at there go another pedophile. You see, Africa's not a good place. Let him come show you that shit. You see, the white man rules. No, let him show you that shit. Now I'm walking the walk and I'm talking the talk. Because, goddamn it, come April 2020, I'm either going to be the laughing stock of the fucking world, or you're going to sit up here and you're going to hear people talking about, I mean, goddamn, it was right. You know, the way I've been right for the last 9 years. So I would be sitting here and I'd be like, why don't black people realize this? You know, because we want to be entertained. The majority of us just want to fucking work. And when you get a large group of people that just want to work and and deal with their family issues, then they have money and they're willing to throw, like, some of you come in and support my channel, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna hit some few coins. Thank you. But then when you go in America and they do that shit, they see a lot of power. But the problem is that the money never does anything. But already here, we done already got a website. What was the other thing? We got the phone. Now we having the trip. We've been discussing about going through boarding school. I'm still gonna put that show together. And the whole reality of it is that it's time to leave America. You done had enough. The 400-year thing, they just kept that shit quiet and let you go for 1919, 2019. It just came and went. The 400-year anniversary, ain't nobody did shit. And I'm telling you, as black people in America, you're not supposed to. You're just supposed to do your thing. But goddamn it, they're not supposed to fucking mistreat you and disparitize the wealth. Get on the political panel and not even mention anything about black people. So the exploratory trip, that gonna tell the story. Now let Tone Talk bring his happy ass on over here and tell me that. And do you know that Tariq actually mentioned Kenya? He went Gambia, then he went to Kenya. Oh, they doing that shit in this Gambia and they doing it in Kenya. I'm like, God damn. These motherfuckers know something. They hearing something. Because they keep on mentioning Kenya. Hmm? Quiet as it's kept, Kenya is the best. You can't sit up here and say shit about Kenya. Now, you can go to South Africa and that where whites still run things, black will pay whites will pay black South African to kill you. Shit, they ain't gonna think twice. Because too many of them still are under the idea that the African is beholden to the white man. The white man is rules. And Julius Malema is there changing the mindset of the South African. He got a ways to go. You go over to Nigeria, and the problem with Nigeria is there's too many fucking people, and the educational system can't support all these people. So there's a great number of people who don't have education. God bless them. Nobody really want to talk about that. But you see all of the issues when they say how Nigerians are this and that. You know, it's, people aren't so many people that don't go get formal education. In Kenya, it's almost 100%. Everybody go to school. Education is free. And the government is really trying to show that they can get everybody educated. But in Nigeria, it's a problem. So that's why I say come see for yourself. Come to Kenya and you know, they don't want to tell you, they want to tell you go to West Africa, that's where the fucking slaves were. So we're gonna try to go past the slave being enslaved. We're gonna come over all the way to the rest of the world. We see where they started, where they was put on the ships and taken away. They're gonna put that mindset in your mind. And oh, by the way, the West African is the one he was helping putting you on the ship. Here, take this one. We don't need him. Go ahead, take him too. Co-conspirators in the bullshit. I tell you, and I have to keep repeating it because you know, you are not a black American. There is no fucking such a thing as a black American. That shit was made up for you, just like they made up Jesus, just like they made up AIDS. They made that shit, and let me see. Wait a minute. Oh, Brian O'Galley. I don't even have to see the whole name. Thank you for the support. You see, if you can support this channel while I'm talking, we can even shout you out right here on the show. And Duran Tate, God damn it, brother, thanks again. You know, Duran Tate is if you without for him. In fact, that's what made me put this show on, because Duran Tate supported the channel a few hours ago. And I said, let me come on here and say that. And we have some regular supporters here. This channel is on because you guys are supporting the channel. Now I know that sometimes World Remit says we're not going to be able to help you with your channel being canceled. I don't know what's going on, but like I told you, we're gonna have to figure this thing out because they're gonna find all kind of ways to block us. Some of you early people remember we was trying with Western Union, they stopped that shit. The other ones we tried, they blocked it. Then they said no, we can't do like that. So we gotta come out and figure out how we can get this money out of America and come right into Africa. So Brian O'Galley, your money is here in Africa with your people now, not in America waiting for the IRS to come and tax you more. So I don't have my paper today. I left it at the office, at the lab. But you know, support the channel, hit like and subscribe. we need to, you know, get the word out. Now, I don't expect all our black people to come and say, "Oh, we're all going to jump up and leave America." No, but these people talking, they're running scared, and you know they're running scared when they come up with cracked up with full lies about Africa, today's Africa, talking about things that happened 10, 15 years ago. And shit like that happening today. I remember going to the major hotels and walking around seeing all these white people sunbathing in the sunlight. And I've been there recently, and ain't no white person. Okay, I can't say there's no white person, but ain't but 2 or 3 white people there. Europe and America are going broke. France is on fire every weekend. The Franco countries are saying we're no longer going to do our money, put our money in your banks, France. Africa is changing, and that's the way it has to be. You can't keep rising. They're gonna drop those borders. They're gonna drop them. You know, eventually they're gonna drop them. And Africa's gonna do free movement between the different countries, and shit, it's gonna be unstoppable then. And we can be a part of that. You can be a part of that. Well, all we got to do is figure out how to make that transition. And there's a lot of people, there's our brothers that are out there, in your 60s, and you still don't realize. I mean, I can understand it. You don't live your whole life and everything like that, and you pretty much settled. But I'm saying, you're missing out. Just how you take your ATM card and go get money out the ATM, use the same thing. You can do that in Africa. Only instead of $100 coming out, you can imagine like $1,000 will come out, and you walking around with that money in Africa. You can live a far better life in Africa than you can live in the United States. And if you're a senior citizen, and you're missing that respect, come on over here. You brothers that's out there that had the relationship you're having your first failed relationship. Everybody want to try to do it right the first time. I'm gonna show the world. I'm gonna get the right woman. I'm gonna have a kid. I was the same way. And the fucking reality just sits in, and you just can't believe it. You ain't all advertising that shit when your relationship fail. Riding around town in your car, can't believe that shit. Can't see your kids when you want to see your kids. End all of that shit. The black man rules in Africa, not the black woman now. Come where you got the authority, where it should be. Ain't nothing like going to court. Ain't no courts like that here in Africa where you go to court is you against a woman. I was in court for over 2 years. I ain't seen none of shit like that. Most issues are taken care of at the family level. They come up and they say, let's have a family meeting. That woman's family and that man's family get together and they solve all that shit. You ain't got to go to court. You ain't got no white man in court telling you what your life is supposed to be like. All the judges is black in Africa and in Kenya. Ain't no white judges you gonna see. So the whole story where you there and the white man is gonna solve all your problems because he's gonna tell you can't you don't know how to solve your own problems. So here we're gonna take that shit ain't in Africa. And I just wish you could reach it. I wish you could come here and reach and see that. Creek ain't gonna tell you that part. Or they're gonna tell you some lies about pedophilia. That shit just is ridiculous. Pedophilia, that's why you shouldn't go to Africa. Tone Talks. There's no infrastructure in Africa to support black people. Well, if you go to a small country like Ghana, that's the facts. But you just skip over Kenya. Nairobi is the same, got a population the size of Chicago. Without the fucking snow and the cold and the West End shooting and gang popping killings. Yeah, size of Chicago. The issue about citizenship, let me explain this to you. This is a sideshow. As I have already said, dual citizenship in Kenya is there. But what is that going to do for you? On your first 3 years here in Africa, what? Stop talking about that. You have your American passport. That's all you need. You pay a few $100s and you extend your time. Later down the line, after 7 years, you can apply for permanent residence.
Some food.
Yeah, in a minute when I finish. Somebody's trying to trick you, and even Tariq is saying the same thing. Like, oh, they don't give you dual citizenship. What the fuck lie is that? What's that got to do with anything? The average black American that's gonna come here is not gonna come here where he gonna be making $1 million business deals. Something where that shit might have something to do with it. You just want to come here, get a situation where you can bring your family and relax and survive. Whether you a black American passport or you got a Kenyan passport, what that shit don't matter. The fact of the matter is you somewhere where you can survive and you can be happy. Now all of that citizenship thing come down later down the line. You don't come jumping into the you don't fly into Kenya talking about where's my citizenship. Then 20 days later you fly out. And then you go to Ghana and you find you love Ghana. You see? It ain't like that. So we get away from that shit about the citizenship. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. They lying to you, telling you, okay, if African loved us, he gonna give us citizenship. Black Americans? In Kenya to get citizenship to Americans. They don't distinguish between black American and white America. But what these fools are trying to trick you is saying like we different. And the African country, because we black, we should be given special treatment. No. Many African countries already have put this down in their constitution and in their immigration laws, and it's been written out there. If you come from a different country and you want to be a part of a different African country, then this is what you got to do. And nobody wrote that up talking about, well, what about black people in America? No. They're just sidetracking you. Well, if they're going to love us, they're going to give us citizenship. What the fuck is a citizenship? What do that say? You got your American passport and the fucking IRS is there. So you're going to get citizenship in the African country and then you got to deal with them too. If you get citizenship, you got to get a K. If you get a citizenship in Kenya, you're going to have to get a KRA pin. And that means that if you do business, that money can be taxed. So you're going to be paying taxes in Kenya because you wanted the citizenship? Joking. I'm here to tell you. But somebody put me on the same page with the Creek and Tone Talks. And let them come and start telling me about what they think they know about Africa. You can't come here and visit a hotel room for 2 weeks and then go back to America and say, I've been to Africa. That's bullshit. You've been to a hotel in Africa. You ain't network with nobody. Motherfuckers here talking about I was with the Uber driver and he informed me everything I needed to know about Kenya. The Uber driver. So you left the hotel, you didn't know where the fuck you was going. You get into a goddamn Uber, and the driver is like, that's how close as you come to somebody in the country, and you got stuck up a conversation with the Uber driver. So the Uber driver is like you his first fucking passenger, black American passenger. You know what I'm saying? His job is to give you the information that you think you want to know, or his own thoughts. You don't even know his fucking name. Oh, I know. I was told all about Africa because the Uber driver told me. That's just laziness. You ain't trying to figure out what's happening in Africa. You know what I mean? You just need a soundbite because you want to say I've been to Africa. So when you get on your show, it's like I've been to Africa. I've seen it for myself. It's like this and like this and like this. Like you a goddamn authority. You know you lying. Yeah, you don't know Africa unless you lived here for 3 years or more. I'm telling you like that. Unless you lived here for 3 years or more, don't come talking about Africa. To extend your stay, you gotta pay. So if you're in an African country, there are all kind of ways that you can stay permanent alien card, these things, there's all kind of ways you can do. Each person is different. But that ain't even a priority. Your visa be here for like 6 months. And if you want to extend your visa, I think you pay, I don't know, like $100, and then you extend it for a year. And then from there, you gotta make a decision. I'm gonna pay for residency, or they got all kind of. It's always changing, and it's different from African country to African country. So I ain't gonna get all into all of that. It's that nobody gonna come around here looking like, oh, you're under arrest. There's nothing like that in Africa. Many a time my papers weren't right, and it was not a big deal. Okay. I get caught by the police. They say, "Oh, where's your paperwork?" "Oh, you see now, officer, it's like this, and I was going to take care of it." "Okay, give me 500 shillings and make sure you take care of it." "Yes, sir." Here. That's Africa. Now I don't know where you people coming from, where you think that the fucking police in America is the same ones here in Kenya. They ain't like that. The same police that's in America running around waiting, trying to any which way they can get you, is not the same police in Africa. And that's another one of the beautiful things about being here. And people are always going to try to figure out ways that they can say, well, this person did this wrong. So I'm here to tell you I did shit wrong. So you can go to investigate me, you're going to find it. I don't have all my dots crossed, my T's crossed. No. For me to stay in Africa, I had all kind of fucking problems. I went to court for 2 years. I was in prison here in Africa. Illegal in Kenya. Ain't no secret. I ain't do the shit perfect. But I came to the realization that, there's a way to do things one way. There's another way to do things another way. And when I came to realize that shit, I was like, man, I've been stressing myself for nothing. So you can go on go into Army Rod, he's just another one. You know what I mean? So I'm George the Creek and Levette, Ladine, they came in here and they started investigating into my life. They're going to say, oh, the motherfucker did this in there. Had a problem. You see? So they try to demonize me to say you shouldn't follow Amin Ra because he's this and that and this and that. Shit. Ain't no motherfucker. You can't get no perfect black person. That if they can't find shit on you, they make that shit up and make it stick. Just go ask Bill Cosby. Russell Simmons. Motherfuckers gotta leave the country or go to prison because you sticking in America. Man, if I was Bill Cosby, if the next fucking celebrity finds himself in there where they start talking about you've been accused, pack your shit up and go to Africa. Right there, right there. All that shit would end right away. You see what did? They said, "Fuck it, let me leave the country before they even start on me." And now he's doing Facebook stories of him all having Kenya paladas all in foreign Asian countries. Because he wasn't told that Africa was just as beautiful and you could be around your own people. You don't need no fucking in Africa. You don't need no ID card. That's what I'm trying to. These are the kind of realizations that I'm coming to see. Many people here working, they don't have no paperwork. Even me. You see, I came in to work with the people at the school, and I'm like, okay, I gotta, he didn't make a contract, so let me go make a contract. But when it came down to working at the school, they was like, okay, can you do this? Yes, I can do that. You can do it. And then all this, I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I got work all over the place. Ain't got no contract. Ain't, got how much I'm supposed to be paid. And I'm mad because they didn't pay me all the money they said they supposed to pay me this amount of money. They didn't pay me this amount of money this month. And I'm mad. I'm going there looking and showing them, oh, this is the balance that you owe me. You know what I mean? I'm still doing things like I'm in America. And if they don't pay me this money, I'm going to sue them. I'm just thinking like I'm American, This is Africa. When there's no money or there's a disruption in the money, nobody gets paid. Scare you? It's true. It's the reality. But when money comes in, boom, you get overpaid. So I sit up here and I start complaining about the way I'm being treated and look like this and that. But then I came to realize, like, shit, I'm making more money. Besides that, this is not America. This place is not America. People here, they got small jobs. They've been doing them jobs for 4 months. They ain't got paperwork to first. But every day they make money and then they go home and they feed their kids and their family and they go back outside and hustle. I worked at the cyber for 5 years, living there 5 years, and I'm sitting there with them working every day with them. And I'm like, I'm putting the money, making money, putting it in the drawer, and then at the end of the day, they separate that money and they go to it. Now I've been gone from the cyber for I don't know about 6 years, And I went there, and the same guys I work with, I'm sitting there. I'm like, hey Ken, what's happening, man? We know we haven't talked in a long time. Well, you got a family yet? Yeah, I got a family. I just had a daughter 6 months ago. He wouldn't even told me if I wouldn't have asked. Working in the cyber, the same place. Yeah, you know. I've been living long enough to see these guys. Young kid come in and he starts working at the desk at the cyber. And today he got a woman and a kid, 6 years later. I thought he wasn't going to last. And then, here he is, running things. That's just the way life is everywhere you go. But you can see the difference and they're comfortable. They're happy. They don't have no idea of what being racist and nobody's trying to stop them, But in America, that shit is real. Those motherfuckers is trying to stop us. Goddamn white people, I'm sorry to say. That's right, Evalyne. It's more expensive to live in Ghana than it is in Kenya. And I know I'm gonna get hate mail for that, saying that. But I'm just telling you the facts. Many of you already listened to what I told you, then you went back, investigated, and you seen the shit was true. The year of return is over. It's going away. It's quiet now. You don't see nothing. You know, you go to Accra any day of the weekend, you see a lot of black people walking the streets. They had no job. You can't come there. You can't come to Kenya and be walking around talking about walking around. You'll get trampled. Watch when you guys come on the exploratory trip. I'm gonna put you on the app. I'm gonna put you on the street in Kenya, any street in Nairobi, and I'll tell you just stand there. And you gonna get knocked over. People is rushing, making money back and forth. They ain't not joking. It's a serious thing in a vibrant economy. You know, let Tone Talks and Tariq come and show you that. Hmm? What Icon was saying on his video, he had to turn the video off on Icon because Icon was talking to somebody and it was like, you can do everything you do in America, you can do in Africa. You know, Tariq is trying to put him out there and try to, so he can talk shit about it, but he couldn't talk shit about that. Then he turned over and flipped over to Kenya. But then Icon was telling him, the guy, you can sell real estate. You know, you can open up a Fortune 500 company in 5 years in Africa. Nobody gonna stop you. Ain't no white man gonna come. Ain't gonna be no regulations like there is in America. And ain't nobody gonna take that shit from you and try to steal that from you. I don't know about saying Tone Talks is a joke because these people got followers. There are a lot of black people that's listening to them. They wouldn't be out there doing this if they wasn't either been, if they was just nobody would be paying attention to them. I'm just saying that, as I have told you just the other day, that they're gonna have to draw the line in the sand and they're gonna have to come clean on what side of the fence they on. And Tariq Nasheed just drew the line in the sand by telling the foundational black followers of his that we got to do things here where we are first before we go outside and work out things internationally. Yeah, he ain't gonna say it's not possible, but we got to do it in here first, which means that he gonna open up a fucking bank account and you're gonna start hearing the word donate, and hundreds of thousands of black people are gonna donate money to that shit, and that's it. Dr. Umar Johnson, it's a clear point. He done got to school in what state is that? I don't even know what the name of the state. Wisconsin. I forgot the name of the state, but damn, it's far up. And he got the two buildings, and he still need $1 million now to get the buildings renovated. They done talk shit about Dr. Umar so bad that nobody want to send him money. And Tariq Nasheed was one of those people that really wore. He used his masterful word skills to try to fuck over Umar's program. Tariq Nasheed used his masterful play on words to fuck over Tone Talks, even imitating him. The shit was so funny, but at the end of the day, goddamn, you ruin a brother's action. He talked so much shit about Tone Talks, made him look so stupid, and then we're gonna do the foundational Black America now. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We gonna have the show of the time. We gonna show them what to do. Can't he go into history and see how people have been suffering over the time? Foundational Black America. Even this shit made me want to laugh. Don't bank on America. You need to stop banking and shit on America because that ain't the way to go. The 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 the, the, the cap has come off the bottle and the genie is starting to come out. Modern Africa is there. Africans are telling every black person from the U.S. welcome home, brother. And the African is running his country, and he ain't about to give it back to the white man. He ain't about to give it back. And I'm saying that that's all you need. But people like Tonetalks and Tariq are saying that we're not welcomed here in Africa. It's nothing can be further from the fucking truth. And when they have to lie like that to try to keep you to stay in America and pay your money continually on another failed ass situation. I mean, come on. How many of you brothers went to the Million Man March and saw these motherfuckers walking around with Christmas bags full of money and people was throwing money into the Christmas bags? Where did that money go? What the fuck program did it help? You see? Black people pumping their money into some fake ass cause. The white man just sitting back like he know he gonna get half of that money in taxes. So whatever they collect, Sherkan gonna share it with the fucking government, and then the rest of it he gonna take it to the Bahamas. Faircon has been taken off of Twitter. You see, so he ain't on Facebook. He ain't on Twitter. They finishing his ass. What he gonna do? And all through the 30, 40 years that Faircon been talking, he ain't never talked about going to Africa. Even though his predecessor got so many people to follow and saying we're gonna have to have a homeland in America or outside of America. The black man got to separate from the white man. That was the whole theme of the nation those days. And what did Malcolm X say? I had to leave the nation because I realized that what they was preaching, they wasn't doing nothing towards that aim. Farrakhan got in charge, and that's the same thing there. You can talk whoa shit about the white man, what the white man did, but at the end of the day, you still there with the white man. And now the white man then took you off Twitter, took you off Facebook. Where you gonna go when you can't get your message out? Now, Farrakhan is our elder, and I'm not trying to say that he doesn't have great information, but the actions is where the pudding is. And at the end of the day, you tell me, he gonna die sick and he gonna get sick and die in America, and that's it. He gonna be one of those people that had all them preaching ideas, but at the end of the day, when they say like, did he accomplish? You know what I mean? Oh, Farrakhan was a great orator, but what did he accomplish with the Nation of Islam? Once he's gone, they're gonna do the obituary on him, and then you're gonna see his son married a white woman, had a family with a white lady. All that Farrakhan preaching and stuff, then his own son is like with a white chick. All that talk bad shit about the white man, bring black people in, and then at the end of the day, he opens up the nation to Mexicans and whites. Starts allowing them in. And he was Wallace D. Muhammad was for that, and Farrakhan, preached him a new booty hole. Talk shit about the um, Elijah Muhammad's son all up and down the street. We won't allow white people into the nation, and black people love that. But today, you see, And now that he's off Twitter, he gonna have to do all kind of backflips to try to make money. Can't do another Million Man March because that shit. Where did the money go? Quiet as it kept. They trying to get you to put your money in their pockets, and we do fall for that. And we get nothing in return. But I'm saying to you that instead of doing all of that, individually take your time. And if you got an avenue to switch over to a new country, leave that shit for the white man. He can kiss my ass. He don't like me and I don't like him. We can't get along. We never could get along. But as long as I'm in his land, I had nothing to say. And as long as you sit in his land, you ain't got shit to say about whatever they do, whatever the police do, whatever they imprison you in. You ain't got shit to say because that's not your fucking country. And I can't keep on repeating this because some of you 35-year-olds, 36-year-olds out there, you're not getting the point, but you need to get that point straight first off right now. So when your first relationship starts fucking up and you find that you human, you trying to prove to everybody that you got to, you perfect, you can have a family. And when you find that shit first fuck up, you got a choice. And while you young and strong and healthy, and you pissed off what happened to you, and find out who really put you in that position, and use your energy and move the fuck out. Because the reality of it is that Americans came here and told all them immigrants, come on over to America. We got some free land and some free labor. The free land was the bullshit land that they got in America, and the free labor was you fools, you black Americans. They told all them Koreans, come up here and set up a store in a black America, in a black neighborhood. Blacks will buy from anybody. We done went through all of that. It's time, and the time is coming. The only solution to your problems is to move. And Tariq and Tonetalks and Dr. Anderson and Dr. Boyce Watkins, so you're gonna get married soon in America. I don't know how that's possible. They're just gonna tell you to keep on putting your money in their pocket. And I'm telling you, I'm in Ra. I'm telling you that by hook or by crook, the only way you're gonna get satisfaction with all the bullshit that they done to us in America is to leave. Take that money that you would be giving out, making America grow, and take your working energy and get the fuck out. This is Amira coming to you live from Kenya. Support the channel, like and subscribe. Till the next time we meet, let's go on. Peace.